Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna Nama Prabhu ki jai. So today we are in the 8th session of Soulful Japa. Yesterday, significant thing that we learnt was that the transcendental Shuddha Nama in the spiritual world have combined together the three seeds of the Mahamantra Hare, Krishna and Rama. They are combined together for their own transcendental reasons in a sound form that sounds like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And enters into the sound that we vibrate with our tongue in a form that is identical to the sound features of our utterance. Just like the transcendental original form of Krishna descends into a deity in a form that is resembling the form of the matter. Krishna's original form is there in the spiritual world, and so many Archa Vigrahas are there in this material world, and the form of the Archa Vigraha is the form of the external deity, external Vigraha. Now the original form of the Lord expands himself into a form which is similar to the form of the matter and resides in the external Vigraha. So when we with our senses access the external Vigraha, because our material senses can only access external energy. When we access the external Vigraha with our material, let's say deity form, we look at the deity form, then we are looking simultaneously, knowingly or unknowingly. Through our attention, we are touching both the form of the external Vigraha as well as the transcendental form that is residing parallelly with the external form. And this transcendental form, the Satchidananda form, spiritualizes the external deity, and the external deity is also no longer ordinary marble or ordinary stone, but it is omnipotent because of the Shaktis of the Lord that have entered it and have spiritualized it. Exactly in the same way, the transcendental sound Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare descends into different tongues in a sound form that they are concentrating on. Now, if I chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, then my attention is on that. Means I am sharply hearing that. Just like I sharply look at the deity form. Radha Vrindavan Chandra is different looking than Radha Krishna Chandra. But when when my eyes are focused on the details of the deity form, then in order to give me mercifully a touch of the transcendental form through the material form, the Lord resides within. The same way, the Namavatara is identically sounding like how we chant. Therefore, by giving full attention to our own chanting, means distinctly chanting and sharply hearing, we simultaneously connect ourselves with the transcendental sound or the Aprākrta Nama. Aprākrta Nama, again to recall, it's a spiritual sound which cannot be heard with the material ears. It cannot be chanted with the material tongue. He is in the chanting that we do because He has, being omnipotent Lord and all merciful, has decided to descend into this sound. Therefore, we have got access to hear Him with the material ears. So this is important for us to understand, because you see, we have to, ordinary people, even when we begin, when we were neophytes, when we hear Prabhupada is saying that the deity is Krishna Himself, so then in my understanding, what is there? I am a neophyte. Deity is Krishna Himself. So deity is, what do I know? Deity is a marble. Deity is a stone. So I think that this stone is Krishna. It is stone Krishna. It is marble Krishna. So like that, there is a tendency for us to think, because we do not know the actual fact that the Lord, His person, Lord in the Archa Vigraha, is residing in His person as well as in His energy. So no doubt, if one has full faith in what the spiritual master is saying, that this is Krishna Himself, without interpreting this marble is Krishna or this is Krishna, because whatever is here is Krishna, then definitely that Shraddha, that faith, makes him touch the transcendental deity form. So now transcendental deity form, just because we are differentiating between the transcendental deity form and the external deity form, or just because we are differentiating between the Aprākrta Nama, say Nama is on my tongue, and now I am differentiating Aprākrta Nama and Śaktyāvēşa Nama. That does not mean that the Śaktyāvēşa Nama is ordinary sound. So Lord has to be, the absolute truth is Lord and His energies. The energetic and the energy. So therefore, Śaktyāvēşa Nama, which we have access to, the Shakti of the Śaktyāvēşa Nama is nothing but the Shakti that is coming from the Aprākrta Nama. And it's only an access point. The material vibration is only an access point. Even the Shakti in the Nāma-1 Bahuda Nija Sarva Shakti, the Sarva Shakti which is invested in the vibration that I create, is also that Shakti is that of the Lord who is descended into the Nama. This Hare Krishna vibration that we chant with our material tongue can also be seen like the vessel through which I receive the Lord with his energies. It is a vessel through which I receive the Lord with his energies. It's a vibration. Transcendental name is also a vibration. So it appears similar. Just like if I pour some water in a vessel, the water will take the shape of the vessel. Isn't it? So in the same way, there is a relationship. When the Lord descends, he descends as an identical vibration, which is identical to the vibration that I generate, the sound that I generate with my material tongue. So Nāma-Avatara. What is Nāma-Avatara? Nāma-Avatara means the Aprākrta Nāma and the Śaktyāvēşa Nāma. The Śaktyāvēşa Nāma, when we say incarnate, means what? He comes into this material world. Just like this life, I have this body. I am spirit, but I have this body. But next life I'll reincarnate. Incarnate means I'll take another body. Another body. I'll reincarnate into another body. Similarly, Krishna, when he incarnate, then he gives access to us through a body which is material, made of matter, because I can only access matter, but that matter is become omnipotent. It can do anything. That our bodies are all limited. How much our bodies are limited by our karma, our matter. We cannot move matter, whatever we want, I cannot do with this body. But the Lord is the owner of all energies. So he enters the spiritual sound, and with the ordinary sound that I chant with my material tongue, that's no longer an ordinary sound, it can do wonders. So we need to understand that the Lord, just like I can do so many activities with my body, I means the soul can do so many activities in this material world through my body. Exactly, the Leelas of the Namavatara is same thing. Instead of having a body of flesh, he has taken a body of sound. That much realistically we should feel that Krishna is here, and his body is, I am able to serve his body. How do you serve his body? By chanting and hearing, by giving my attention, chanting and hearing the Nama. How can a sound be served? God has come in a sound form. How can a sound be served? When God comes in a visual form, I decorate him, I offer him a garland, I dress him, I offer lamp. So these are all the different things that you can do to the form of the Lord. So the form can be served in these many ways. When God has come in a sound body, how can you serve him? You cannot put on garland. You have to hear him. You have to give him attention. You have to give him your feelings of respect. We should give him feeling of gratitude. Thank you, my Lord, for coming in this sound body for me. You are so merciful. Even if there is a deity, if I want you in a deity, I have to go order a deity, I have to make the deity, and then I have to do pratishtha, and then you receive the services as per the Shastras. You're so merciful that simply by me vibrating the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, you just manifest in that sound. You take that body and then you blessing me with your transcendental association. In one sense, Namavatara is so merciful that we get direct access to touch the Lord. With our attention, the sound of the Lord, sound, Nama. Therefore it's called Nama Prabhu. So whenever we are doing Japa, we need to have a proper understanding in the background mind. The Nama Prabhu is this sound which I am hearing, the empowered, unlimitedly empowered, omnipotent sound. And there is a transcendental sound which I cannot hear, which is also there parallelly, which I cannot hear experientially, but because I am giving attention is spirit. Material senses cannot hear, but attention is spirit. My attention is touching. I am connected even to Aprākrta Nama. I may not be spiritually sensitive to appreciate that touch of the Aprākrta Nama. But the spirit is touching Aprākrta Nama because there is attention on the Śaktyāvēşa Namavatara. So, the secret of all spiritual advancement is association with the Transcendental Lord. And the Transcendental Lord is here right with us. In no other form He is so merciful. And just by doing the seva of chanting and hearing and repeating, our soul is constantly in association with the Supreme Lord. Again, taking that example of Srila Prabhupada, iron put in the fire becomes red hot. Similarly, our soul which has lost its Krishna consciousness will awaken its Krishna consciousness by the Shakti, by the Kripa, Anukampam, the compassion of the Lord. I can awaken my Krishna consciousness, and that is Krishna conscious experience, which can be completely, only the holy name alone can completely enlighten us, give us the transcendental knowledge. The basic transcendental knowledge is realizing that I am who I am eternally, that I am eternal servant of Krishna. Self, the small self and the big self, self knowledge, that is basis of transcendental knowledge. So much knowledge we have about so many things outside world. And when you say transcendental knowledge, it is the knowledge of the relationship of the self with Krishna. So, now, for us to have this understanding without any doubt, we hear this again and again when we are fully convinced. Just like I am walking in this body, in this world, somebody else is walking in this body, in this world. In the same way, the Lord is in this world, in this sound body. A sound body which you and me can touch, but we can touch by our attention, by hearing, chanting and hearing. So this is a meaning that saying that Kali Kale Nāma-Rūpe Krishna Avatara. Krishna is in the midst. It's very hard, sometimes the reason why that faith doesn't come so much is because, now how can it be, God is on everybody's tongue? God is such a, is so difficult to get. So many yogis and so many, God realization is so difficult. So tendency is to think that, no, but if you have faith in the scriptures, what the Shastra says, it's a fact that the Lord is before us. So as soon as we start our japa, or as soon as we hear the kirtan, or anywhere Hare Krishna, moment we hear Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, immediately the ideal thing would be, from my subconscious mind, all the real perception of Nāma-Avatara as a combination of the sound body and the transcendental Lord should manifest in my background mind. I want to clarify one thing to someone yesterday when I was giving association and talking individually to the devotee. He had some confusion about what is the difference between background mind and subconscious mind. I'll clarify that today because it's very important. Because ultimately, what are we trying to do? We are trying to increase the quality of our background attention, background content, and foreground action. So we need to know this. Background mind is not subconscious mind. The content in the background mind should come from the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, according to the situation, it loads all the knowledge, facts, feelings, everything connected to the particular thing, situation that you encounter. It automatically loads into the background mind. Background mind is part of the conscious mind. Conscious mind has a foreground active mind, and it has got a background passive mind. That passive mind that we are talking about, the moment you start thinking about different things, philosophizing, immediately you are free will, you are in the foreground mind. In the background mind, you have got facts, feelings, intentions, desire, all these things are in the background mind. 2-3 other examples I will give. We are utilizing this. We should become very familiar with this. As let's say about you suddenly encountered somewhere your old school day friend. Till before that you were in something else was in your background mind. As soon as you saw him, oh, how are you? Oh, so nice to see you. First you recognized him in your background mind. All the thoughts, feelings, and so many different relationships you had with him, school days, how we fought, how we this, how all those things are immediately loaded it was all in the subconscious. It got loaded in the background. And if that background knowledge and background things are all not there, I wouldn't even have a direction in my foreground mind to relate with him. How are you? What is it? Recognize him and shake hands with him. Make him sit together. Okay, come. Let's sit and talk. All this is happening when in the foreground mind these actions are happening. In the background mind, all the things about whatever you have relationship with him, it's all loaded in the background mind. This is the reason why we are more and more, we are going to talk and talk about the Namavatara. Because we are all so much conditioned to, if some God came in the form, then we think that, okay, God is there. In the sound form, just like Prabhupada says, why are you trying to look for God? Why are you trying to see God? Why are you trying to hear God? When God comes in the sound form, you have to hear God. It is same as seeing God when He comes before you. So like this, unlimited examples in your practical life, I want you next few days as an exercise. See how beautifully your subconscious loads context for different actions according to the situation. My external senses immediately saw my old friend, and immediately that triggered everything. Similarly, we take our Japa mala, it triggers the Savior. It triggers what is the process of Seva. It triggers what should be it triggers the Sevak in his right mood. Just like, when I saw my old school friend, it triggered my old ego. My young boy I was, and I was, different ego was loaded. So in the same way, Sevak needs to be you have to be the Nama Prabhu's Sevak. You want to satisfy Nama. So we'll take some questions now. Yesterday some questions were also pending. Yes, start questions. Make it bigger. Yes. Next. Prabhu, is owning or buying gold equivalent to breaking 4 regulatory principles at all? And hence, all at once, and hence does it hamper Japa? No, there is no connection. How we use that gold can hamper Japa. Buying and owning, no problem. You engage it in Krishna's service. Can a sound wave produced by a body make another body vibrate? This we have studied in school here. Have we not studied in school? You take a tuning fork and the sound wave, take it towards another tuning fork, immediately it will vibrate. It can. How do you get transcendental knowledge? Mere chanting alone without reading Prabhupada's books. Because this transcendental knowledge I told is the knowledge about who you are and what is your relationship with God. So you can get through reading books also. Reading books also awakens your existing knowledge. You don't put this knowledge from outside into inside. Not that you do not know at all who is Krishna. You know who is Krishna. You know that you are servant of Krishna. But you are reminded by reading books. Similarly, the transcendental knowledge, mere chanting will cleanse the covering so that what is there you will start experiencing. Your deepest knowledge is who I am and what's my relationship with Krishna. That's why Prabhupada says Krishna consciousness is not an artificial imposition upon the mind. Not something from outside you are coming and putting on Krishna and then you are saying you are his servant. No. It says yes, you have to hear that. It comes from outside. But ultimately it becomes, you awaken that, oh yes, I am servant of Krishna. I don't need any knowledge from outside. Just like a child doesn't need, it's intrinsic to him that I have a father and I have a mother. Isn't it? Somebody must have reminded him. But just because somebody reminded him, it doesn't mean that, from outside it was put inside. Because his father is father. That knowledge is intrinsic. Son means father's knowledge is intrinsic. Father means son's knowledge is intrinsic. Yeah, so much clarity and sound incarnation of the Lord. Thank you. Next. Regarding Śaktyāvēşa Avatara and Aprākrta Nama, do you mean the sound incarnation in the material world is just the energy of the Lord, and Aprākrta Nama in the spiritual world is the energetic one? No, little correction I will make. The name in this material world, Śaktyāvēşa Nama, the Lord, Aprākrta Nama is also there. If the Aprākrta Nama is not there, then that ordinary, the sound vibration that we generate with our tongue does not become Śaktyāvēşa Nama. That's the main point today I clarified. The Shakti that is there in the Śaktyāvēşa Nama is the Shakti that is surrounding Aprākrta Nama. So, therefore, the sound incarnation in the material world is combination of the energy of the Lord and the Lord Himself. The energetic and the energy together is complete. Okay? Whenever I am in anxiety or stress, my chanting is good. But otherwise, I become overconfident and my chanting, that flow is not there. Can you please give some tip? Don't become overconfident. That is a tip. You yourself have found out what is the problem. That is why it is said that one has to be in a humble, submissive mood. That I own nothing, I have no capacity, I have nothing, everything is your mercy. Then you become free from pride, overconfident. That is called existential surrender. Completely surrender unto the Lord who is before you, unconditionally, without any calculation. I am yours. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Fall all over the holy name, your entire consciousness. You will feel such a wonderful experience. If you can do that 2 hours every day, holy name fully reciprocates. Srimad-Bhagavatam 7.1.9. Kindly give clear understanding with respect to representation of fire with mode of goodness, water and passion, and sky with ignorance. I do not know what the verse is. All of a sudden you give me this. Difficult for me to answer. Also it's not directly connected with Japa. There are many other questions connected with Japa, so I'll go for that. When we are chanting, which is recommended to chant, please. When we are chanting, it is recommended to chant with open eyes or closed eyes. Hare Krishna. See, you have to understand, Nama is a sound incarnation of the Lord. As long as you hear the Hare Krishna Nama, chant distinctly and hear sharply, you open the eyes or close the eyes, it does not matter. But generally, if you close the eyes, the tendency is to sleep. Because usually when we sleep only, we close the eyes. So therefore, generally it is not recommended when we start our japa in our life. In the beginning stages at least, don't close eyes. Keep the eyes open, be here and now. It is when you close the eyes, you go then and there. You go into the future, you go into the past. If your eyes are open, at least you are here. Then somebody may say, if my eyes are open, I am seeing so much distraction, other people are chanting around me, all that. So for that, I'll give you a solution. Keep your eyes open, look at the floor tiles, and don't take your eyes away from that. But keep your eyes open and you chant. So no distraction of visuals also. In Mangalarti quote on 31st March, Holy Name, it is written, one can deliver himself from all offences at the feet of the Lord by taking shelter of the Holy Name. But one cannot protect himself if he commits an offence at the feet of the Holy Name of the Lord. Then what is the hope of practicing sadhakas in Aprākrta stage? This is what, now you are giving the complete code. See, one can deliver himself from all offenses at the feet of the Lord by taking shelter of the holy name. That means holy name is so merciful that your offense to all other forms of the Lord, it can cure. But if you commit offense at the feet of the holy name himself, who is so merciful, why is he so merciful? He is so merciful that he is ready to take aparadha also in the aparadha stage. Because in his Namavatara, he knows that the living entities have to go through the Nama Aparadha stage, then Nama Bhasa stage. Because by Nama Aparadha stage, Nama Aparadha doesn't mean you can, Nama Aparadha doesn't mean you are authorized to do aparadha. Please don't mistake. Nama Aparadha stage means unavoidably, because of your anartha, because of lack of attraction to Nama, because of lack of transcendental knowledge, because of ignorance, you are not able to give due attention, due respect to the Nama. Therefore, the spiritual master is giving us, see, these are the main offenses. Please try to chant without these offenses. The characteristic of Nama Aparadha stage is you are continuously trying to minimize the aparadha. That means the Lord is ready to give you mercy even though there is aparadha. There is no other. The Archa is not like that. Or God himself, when he comes before you, he is not like that 5,000 years back. A lot of protocol is there. And you break that protocol, then you make offenses. But in this case, see, what is being told in this quote is that, Lord is so merciful, you cannot, again, Lord in the holy name is so merciful, there also if you don't try to come out of aparadha stage, then there is no hope. There is no hope. Then, does all kind of sound in the material existence has a body? Body, sound is sound. Sound has a sound body. I don't understand. Does all kind of sound in the material existence has a body? Sound is a body. Just like you have a body of form. A form is a body. You have taste, prasadam. So in the same way, like that, does every sound in the material existence has a body? I hope whatever you mean by that question, I don't know. Is it correct to understand that by talking about Nama Prabhu, you are loading our background mind which will help foreground? Exactly. This is the exercise. But simply by attending this session, by hearing these things, you are already started improving your quality of Japa. So you yourself can accelerate that process by repeatedly contemplating, hearing again and again, reading again and again the Japa modules. And as I told earlier, it is only a once in lifetime investment. Once you know something, once you know all these things, how the incarnation works and everything, and who it is, what Namavatara is a combination of the Shuddha Nama and the vibration that you are chanting, the omnipotent sound. All these things, it goes into you, then you very clearly who is receiving your services. And then it will never be inattentive. Once you know that God is before you and this is a seva before the Lord, when that understanding is there or in your background, it will never be inattentive. Prabhu, what exercise we have to do to make this association more effective? See, very often for some time when we hear something, we feel very inspired, but afterwards we forget that. It is because, we have all misconceptions. Whatever we have in the background mind, that comes up. For instance, if we have nurtured a doubt for a long time, how can this sound be God? Then that will come, that doubt will come in. So therefore, if for this association to be more effective, you please repeat hearing this again and again. Sit and think about what I am saying. If you don't understand something, don't make any judgment about what I am saying. You please go deeply into it and think about it, and if you have further questions, you ask. So you have to hear. If you are this association also, if you don't have Shraddha, you don't have faith, then it will not be very effective. If you're sitting and judging how is this, how is that, why is this, I don't believe in this and all those things, then you will not get anything. So this is more effective, submissively here. If you don't understand something, not that if, when a teacher is teaching something, many things you won't understand. The student doesn't sit and think, doesn't sit in a mood, teacher is wrong there. No, they don't think like that. First you choose the teacher. If you choose the teacher, then try to understand. If I don't grasp something, I have to ask questions. I have to somehow understand what is in the teacher's mind. So spend more time with these Japa modules in the Telegram, and that will deepen the association of this. Whatever I am saying now will become more effective. When I chant Hare Krishna mantra, I have a feeling as if I am offering flowers at the lotus feet of Krishna. Perfectly okay. Hare Krishna Prabhu, lotus, I am offering flowers. Instead of offering flowers, if your mind can, don't do. You have a feeling is okay. But don't actively engage in the activity of offering. If you're naturally it is coming, it's fine. Because if you start offering, then you are not hearing. Instead of hearing, you are in action of offering flowers. Offering flowers at the lotus feet of Krishna. But the lotus feet of Krishna that you have is not the Nāma-Avatara. If you are pure, you think of the lotus feet, it is as good as Nama. But now our easiest access is Nama Prabhu. So by the way, that is why Prabhupada says, if the deity you are worshipping is coming before you, the lotus feet of the deity, then it's very good when you are chanting also. Because you don't need your foreground attention to remember that. The goal of Japa is not to bring out visualization of lotus feet of Krishna. These are all not correct. The goal of Nama Japa is to hear the Nama and serve him. By the way, because you are worshipping the deity, you have got attachment to the lotus feet, you chant Krishna's name, immediately in the background, lotus feet comes, fine. Okay. So otherwise, please remember, strictly stick to the receiving mercy from the Nama Prabhu, not lotus feet Prabhu. Is chanting all our 16 rounds in one shot help us to become more attentive as compared to chanting in different? Definitely. Loading one mala over another mala or another mala continuously in one sitting is very, very purifying. Can background and foreground content in the mind oscillate? I mean to say, I feel sometimes background feelings come to foreground and foreground attentive chanting goes back. I will deal with it when I talk about how to handle the chanting. How to handle chanting come hearing. Okay? Be patient. Japa in the background, Hare Krishna, Japa in the background, we have something in mind. Do we have, therefore, to have Lord image in the background during Japa? That is exactly what I have told. Where is it? Oh, I skipped. Can background, okay. During Japa, in background mind, we have something in mind. Okay. Do we have therefore to have Lord's image in our background during Japa? Why? Background, what all are there in the background? What all are possible in the background? Feelings are possible in the background. What is the purpose of japa is possible in the background. If you want to have Lord's image, if it comes, it is perfect. If your deity whom you are worshipping also comes, not that you have to, because I told you, background you cannot manipulate during japa. Moment you manipulate during japa, your attention gone out of hearing. So that's the mistake we do. We think that perfecting japa means during japa time to handle background and foreground. No, during japa you only handle foreground. If you try to handle background, it will not work, your attention will go away. Background is a result of your past pre-off japa work that you have done. That stock depends upon that. Okay. So thank you very much. I will answer other questions tomorrow. A lot of questions looks like.